Hey everyone, welcome back to Fiscal Voice. I'm Felix, and today's video we're going to talk about some Bitcoin price action. First off, we're going to go over the Bitcoin long-term power law. Make sure you guys study the power law and what it is. Watch some YouTube videos and learn about it and read about it. And basically, saying that Bitcoin follows this power law, which is in the universe, in animals, in humans, it's basically the growth of things naturally, trees and all this stuff with power law. So Bitcoin basically follows that, and you can see here how it kind of use that support. There's been the first time in history actually where Bitcoin got under this support here, this support on the red line on the power law. You can see here it got as low as 58,630, where the power law was at that moment 59,926, but it bounced up very nicely, and now we're still using that as support. And as you can see, power law just continues to grow with time and time and time. It's continuing to grow. By the end of this year, it's expected to be as low as 70,000. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin if it follows this. If it follows this, that's fine because it's still growing and collect more stats. I actually get paid tomorrow. I'm gonna be buying more Bitcoin with my check tomorrow. And another reason why is because you can see here on the 4-year trend line, moving average, you can see here the blue has been great buying opportunity. Buying opportunity here, buying opportunity here, buying opportunity here, buying opportunity here, and now buying opportunity for Bitcoin. So basically blue and green is good buy area for Bitcoin. Even though you can see here, it was saying even at the high of 126 was a good buy, but you're down, close a little over 50% to the low. So, but anyway, we're buying Bitcoin for the next 4, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. Me personally, I'm never gonna sell my Bitcoin. I'm gonna use loans against my Bitcoin. That's how I'm gonna use Bitcoin future when it hits to 1 million. And why do I think it hits to 1 million? You guys need to study Bitcoin and study Bitcoin. Watch a lot of podcasts and books. Read books about Bitcoin. You see, and you understand why it's gonna go to 1 million and 10 million and 20 million in the next maybe 10, 20 years. But anyway, so right now is a great buying opportunity. If we go to the chart, you can see here on the daily, I mentioned this in the previous video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe button to get videos like this. I do maybe 2 videos a week on Bitcoin price action. But you can see here, we have this bull flag. People will draw it on depending on who's, drawing this line. People will draw it like this as well. You can see here how it was resistance here and resistance here and resistance right there with this bar here, and then it closed above the trend line. But I'm in the camp of drawing my trend lines using the wicks right there. So we actually haven't really broke it solidly. I thought yesterday we're gonna break it because it got as high as 64,000 or 65,000 almost, and I thought we were gonna break it because the bar looked real good. But no, we had a little wick, and then yesterday or today it just closed a little red bar. So if this bar here today, and tomorrow we get a green bar about above here, then we're gonna definitely hit this resistance here at 66,000, and hopefully we get a close. But you can see here we got like a double top here on we got here and here, so a double top in that area. So we need to get a good weekly close, because that line, we go here, is from this, which was resistance right here, resistance, or support rather, support, and now becomes resistance and becomes resistance. So you can see there. So that's why we need a weekly close there. And another thing to be considered is we got the 13 moving average here. So we'll see how, this week and next week, how Bitcoin reacts to this moving average here, which is, the higher the time frame, the moving average, the stronger it is and becomes, right? So we'll see how that works out. And we still have this big trend here from this high to this low here at 82,000, and we'll see how it reacts to this. This is all coinciding. So if we get a good weekly close above this resistance here and above this trend line and above this moving average, we're looking real good, real good to go higher back to 82 grand. So that's kind of like my technical analysis there. But you can see here on the daily, the 50 moving average is acting like a support. We got it here, support here, and it closed under, but we got it right back up over that 50 moving average with these 2 days here. It looked ugly here on Monday, but we had a big bottoming tail, and that looked very strong to go higher. So buyers are stepping up around the 62,000 area. Another thing here also I like in this right here, you can see that how the body right there, and then we wick right there. So that's 62,200 is acting like a strong support area. So that looks very good. That hopefully doesn't break that. But that is on the daily. So I like to use the weekly or monthly for kind of like support resistance for stuff like that. But that looks real good on the daily. Another thing I mentioned before in the previous video on the weekly is the MACD. You can see here we turn green, so that looks very good to go higher. So the MACD, the selling pressure is almost gone, and we have the green here. Basically, these were good points to sell. The red you sell, the green you buy, sell. You see that? It was great. You know, here we caught but almost the top, and right here I told you to sell, to buy, and then sell around here, and then now turn to buy. So that looks real good for the short term. So we'll see how it reacts. So again, we have a lot of support, resistance to overcome. We got this trend line. We got the moving average on the weekly, the 13 and the 21. So we need to get a good bar closed above that, and then from there we're heading to the 50, which is around 83 to 86,000 on the weekly. So that looks real good. And again, the monthly here, the MACD, you can see here we're having lower bars turn dark red, and it's lower. It's kind of what happened here in 2022, as you can see. So we'll see what happens in the next few months for that. Another thing I want to mention is the Clarity Act. Hopefully before Congress goes to recess on August, tomorrow I think is the last day before they vote for clarity. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, and we'll see the price action for Bitcoin. But right now we are on the red here, so we'll see what happens. If it passes, I expect a nice big powerful green bar. If it fails, it probably gives a pullback to the 50 on the daily. But either way, Bitcoin will still do its thing. You know, every 10 minutes a new block is created. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe button for new, more content on Bitcoin like this. And as I always mentioned, make sure to study Bitcoin. If you're new to Bitcoin and don't understand it, or you think it's a Ponzi or not, or what you think it is, understand it fully, and read books and watch a lot of podcasts. I think a minimum 30 hours plus to really understand and grasp how great Bitcoin is. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.